Good morning, children. As we have been studying cash book, so today one more addition to it, cash book along with discount column, that is triple column or three column cash book. It is not so different, students. It's just that sometimes what happens that at the time of sale, purchase or receiving payment or giving payment, we may receive some discount or we may allow some discount. So since discount is allowed or discount is received, that discount need to be recorded, and sometimes we do have to prepare that discount column in the cash book. Now the format will remain almost the same as we have discussed in case of others like date, particular or receipt, LF, cash, bank remained as it is. It's just that we have added one more account to it, that is discount account. It is end of debit side. On the credit side also we have date, particular, LF, discount, cash and bank. Right, students? So this is the format of our cash book with discount column. Now let's start a question. Question I already have sent you people. So let's just move towards the solution. And the first point that we are being told is cash in hand rupees 50,000 and cash at bank rupees 10,000. So as you all know that it's opening balance. So opening balance of cash and bank both are written as balance brought down. So we have two balance brought down, cash column 50,000 and bank column 10,000. Next point we have is purchased goods in cash for 2,000 and on credit from Ramesh for rupees 5,000. Now just think on students. We purchased goods 2,000 for cash and 5,000 from Ramesh. So the goods of 5,000 that are being purchased from Ramesh are purchased on credit, since there is no impact on cash or bank. So this transaction will not be recorded in cash book. The only transaction that will be recorded in cash book will be purchased goods in cash rupees 2,000. So since we purchased goods for which cash is going out. Now since cash is going out, we'll write on the credit side by purchases. Rule you guess people have already gone through. Next point we have is sold goods in cash rupees 3,000 and on credit to Mohan rupees 4,000. Again, we sold goods 3,000 for cash and 4,000 to Mohan. Again, the goods 4,000 that are sold to Mohan are sold on credit. Hence, neither cash is coming into the business nor bank is increasing, and hence this transaction will not be recorded in the cash book. We'll record only the transaction of 3,000 in cash book which is sold on cash. So here we have two sales, 3,000. Next point we have is received cash from Mohan rupees 3,800 and allowed him a discount of rupees 200. Now Mohan, to whom we have sold goods earlier for 4,000. We received from him rupees 3,800. But we received 3,800 for the full settlement of 4,000. So 200 we have allowed him discount. Now if discount is allowed, it's a loss, and rule says loss always need to be debited. So here we have cash account debit, discount account debit to Mohan. Now here we have to Mohan, cash got debited with 3,800 and discount got debited with 200. So students always remember, that discount will always be recorded on the same side where cash or bank transaction is recorded. Like if we receive cash, cash is recorded on the debit side or bank is recorded on the debit side. So discount will also be recorded on the debit side. But if we pay cash or we pay through bank, so cash and discount both will be recorded on the credit side. Right, students? Next point we have is paid cash to Ramesh rupees 4,700 and received a discount. Now again, Ramesh, from whom we have purchased goods for 5,000, we paid him only 4,700. So 300 ka we received discount and it's a gain. So here we have by Ramesh, 3,000 discount column and 4,700 in cash column. So what we have to remember, that the discount will always be recorded on the same side where the transaction of cash or bank is recorded. That's it. Next point we have is deposited cash into bank. Now here what is happening? We have deposited into bank. So bank got increased and cash got decreased. That means cash need to be credited and bank need to be debited. So here we'll have contra entry. Contra entry, here you can see to cash account in the bank column 1,000. Here you can see by bank account amount in the cash column 1,000. As we already have discussed, that contra entry will be represented through C. Next point we have is interest collected by bank. Bank collected interest on our behalf. That means bank got increased. That means bank got debited. Since bank got debited, so we'll write on the debit side of bank, but bank got credited with interest. So to interest account, amount will be 500. As you can see here, amount will be 500 to interest. Right, students? Next point we have is rent paid by check. Now here what happened, that we have paid a rent of rupees 1,500 through check. Now when we paid rent through check, that means payment is made through bank. So technically bank is reduced. So we'll write on the credit side by rent and amount bank column 1,500. Correct, students? Next point we have is, and this is the last point, deposited with the bank the entire balance after remaining rupees 4,100 at office. Now here what we have to do? Here we have to check that whatever balance of cash we have, of that will keep only 4,100 with us and the remaining amount need to be deposited to bank. So here just hide 2 points, this and this and this one, because this is the transaction that will take place at the end after putting every adjustment. Now what we are being told is that what we have to do is we have to deposit entire balance of cash to the bank, leaving rupees 4,100. Means you just have to keep 4,100 in your pocket. Rest of the amount need to be given to the bank. So what we have to do here is we'll check the cash balance. Cash on the debit side, we have 50,000 plus 3,000, that comes to 53,000 plus 3,800, that comes to 56,800. This is the balance on the debit side. Now what we spent in cash? So 2,000 plus 4,000 plus 1,000, that comes to 7,700. That comes to 7,700. So students, if out of 56,800 we deducted 7,700, so we are left with a cash balance of rupees 16 minus 7, 9. We are left with a balance of 49,100. Right, students? We are left with a balance of So here you can see that we are left with a balance of 49,100. But they told us that we have to keep cash of only 4,100. So 49,100 minus 4,100. This is the balance that need to be kept with us. The remaining entire balance need to be deposited with bank. So difference will be 9 minus 4 comes to 5. 45,000. That means out of 49,100, we'll keep 4,100 in cash and the remaining 45,000 will be deposited into bank. So to deposit this 45,000 into bank, when we are depositing cash into bank, bank will increase and hence will be debited. Cash will decrease and hence it will be credited. So there will be a contra entry. Let's check it out. As we discussed, bank got debited. So bank got debited with 45,000. So to cash account. We have discussed that bank will be debited with cash. So cash got credited. So by bank account 45,000. And the balance that we are left with in cash account is 4,100. So here it comes to by balance carried down, that is 4,100. Now moving towards the closure of bank account. Now bank account, just ignore this balance carried down. So you'll get to know 10,000 plus 1,000 plus 45,000 plus 500. So 45 plus 10, 55, 56,500 as you can see here. So debit balance is 56,500, whereas credit balance you can see here only 1,500. So 56,500 minus 1,500 comes to 55,000. And this is the closing balance of bank account. So here we go, by balance carried down in the bank column 55,000. Now closing balance of 31st January will be the opening balance of 1st February. So we'll go to debit side on 1st February after closure of this account and we'll write here two balance brought down, cash column 4,100 and bank column 55,000. Right, students? So here we ended with our question. Hope you all have understood. Now please stay home, stay safe, take care. Thank you and bye-bye.